So if you're looking to start a business, this is exactly what you need to do. Number one, what do you want to make, right? There are so many different ways and things you can do to help people, right? That's number one. There are unlimited things you can literally come up with, right? There's literally unlimited ideas. You have tools that can help you make ideas. What I would recommend for anyone starting is figure out what you're good at. Figure out your strengths, figure out your weaknesses, because especially when you're starting, look, I understand this very well. Most of you guys watching me are young, people who want to make a ton of money, right? You want to make a fuck ton of money, you are more concerned about making money than the actual product itself. And that could be good, that could be bad, but it's kind of more irrelevant in this factor, right? The most important thing is, hey, number one, time, right? Time can go by this. Time goes by really, really quickly. And what I want you guys to realize is this concept right now. Every single business person or any entrepreneur who is successful understands this one concept very, very well. It's speed. They understand speed extremely well. And because they understand speed and they understand how to get their product across the finish line and how to get their business launched as quickly as possible, they know how to make money quicker. This is my perspective, right? Most people fail. I have failed, you have failed, everyone's mom has failed, everyone has failed at something, right? That's the truth. And the one thing you have to realize is the quicker you can fail, the better. You want to fail really, really quickly, because if you make mistakes, number one, you don't necessarily need to switch business models. All you need to do is just adjust, right? In my opinion, every single business model, as long as, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, any business model that has a big quantity of potential users or people that will buy is a fair business model. The point is not what you're doing, it's more how you're doing it, your systems, what you're doing to sell it, your marketing, right? For example, you need to have mass outreach. If you have no money, you need to have all your time allocated towards getting people to buy your product, okay? I cannot be more clear. If you have no money, you need to get as many people's eyes on your product as possible. And there are multiple ways you can do that, right? So that's organic marketing, cold email, you can cold call. It really depends on what you're doing, right? And I've talked about this a lot, and this is also, pretty important, right? Again, depending on what you're doing is going to determine your customer base, who's buying your product, and also it's going to determine the price. If you're offering a service, a typical service is going to cost a lot more than just a product itself or a cheap SaaS business, right? So you need to understand what you want to do. So that kind of ties back to the beginning. You need to understand your audience, who you're serving to, and then you need to understand, how do I make this and launch as quickly as possible? Because this is my idea. Stop wasting fucking time thinking about it. The only way you get real feedback is by actually launching it, right? I could not be more clear. If you launch the product, you will get opinions, and those opinions matter a lot. And you can literally have them pay you. In my opinion, I don't want clients to use my tool for free, or I don't want to give anything for free, because it's harder for them to give you good feedback. The way you get good feedback is by making them pay you the normal market price or whatever you're charging, and then you get good input on the situation. You get good input on your product as a whole, or your market, or anything that you're doing. The people who are your test users or whatnot will give you a great idea of what you're doing and how it is. Do they like it? Do they not like it? Etc. Right? So again, that's, I guess, the best thing I can tell you when you're starting, right? So, and the hardest part is deciding on what to do, because I've noticed this a lot, and really, you can do research, but it's really not about what you do, it's how you make the money, right? If you are young, you don't really give a shit about what you do. You want to make money. Do you think that concrete person who does concrete for a living, who's rich, who owns all the concrete paint, do you think they give a shit about fucking concrete? Fuck no. They don't care about concrete. But what they do care is about, helping their company out, making money to help their clients out. If they order concrete and they need their fucking house to be concreted, or the street or whatever, maybe the local government, municipal part they own, or they don't own it. They order concrete and they want it. They just want to make sure the job is done well, right? They don't really give a shit about you or anything like that. They just want to make sure the job is done well. So it's another important concept. You have to make the best product possible, but don't take too long with it. I mean, if you spend more than 2 or 3 months on a product, it's really long, and I would say it's almost better just to have like a couple weeks worth of work, post on Twitter or Reddit or something, and say, hey, I need some users to test this out. I'm looking for feedback. And if you get a lot of users who really, really like the product, okay, cool. It's probably a good idea to keep pushing it. But if you don't get a lot of feedback, what's the point of keep working on it if you have no feedback, right? It just makes no sense in my view. But again, anyone can do this. Anyone can start a business and succeed. But the most important thing in business is volume, right? If you have no money, you need to get as many people's eyes on your product as possible. And that's what I'm saying. If you're working every single waking hour on marketing your fucking product, I promise to God you're not going to fail. But no one does that. I guarantee you no one does that. If you're awake 12 hours a day, and let's say you even spend like 6 hours a day just doing outreach, marketing it, you're gonna fucking make money. If all you do is sell, it's gonna work eventually because you're gonna get good at it. You're gonna figure out what you're doing wrong. You're gonna figure out what you're doing right. But all you have to do is just fucking do it. And it's so annoying because I see many people who just don't do it. They don't work. They're lazy pieces of shit. Like honestly. And I know it might sound offensive, but it's fucking true. And y'all know it's true. Like I'm tired of seeing it, but honestly, it makes it easier for me because if all I do is work all day and all I do is market my product, there's unlimited money out there. There is so much money to be made in this world. If you can get the small chunk of it, you can be ultra rich. You don't need all the money in the world. You just need a small chunk. Some people to be happy, some people only need 5-10 grand a month. And if you can make 5-10 grand a month and go F off somewhere, that's what you fucking want. Some people want that. Someone make 100 grand a month, maybe someone make more than that. But at the end of the day, it's like anyone can have success. Anyone can do anything they want. The problem is society, people around them, their parents, family, friends, anything they have done puts them down a little bit. Every single thing you do puts you down. So it's really hard to be around positive energy. Most people doubt, most people are scared. Fuck that shit. Get that shit out of your head. That fear, fuck the fear. I guarantee you, if you fail, you're still gonna have food on the table. You're gonna be in the exact same position if you fail, I promise you. Nothing is gonna change. The only thing that changes is that you gain an experience of trying something and learning. And realistically, if you do fail, it's probably a volume problem. The reason businesses fail is because they don't get enough sales. The number one reason why businesses fail is because they don't get enough sales. Not enough people buy their product. So it's very simple. Get more people to buy your product. And then you're like, okay, that sounds easy. Well, fix your offer, fix your website, fix your landing page, fix your marketing strategy. It really goes down to a few things. And once you have experience like I do, and once you made a lot of money like I do, it's really simple. It's really simple. So again, take these pieces of advice and put it in your business. It doesn't matter what business you can do. If you don't think you're making enough money, it's probably a volume problem. It's probably because you're not doing enough outreach. Because this is the way I look at it, right? You either have a lot of money or you have a lot of time. Nothing in between. If you have a lot of money, okay, cool, throw money at it and you can market. If you don't have a lot of money, you better fucking work your ass off because you're poor. Market your stuff all day. Really figure out how to get people to buy your product. And I can't really give you any specific advice on that because it really just depends on what you're doing. But if you have an idea of what works and what doesn't work, you'll figure it out. Look at the competitors of yours. Look at what they're doing. You can genuinely mimic them. You don't need to copy them exactly, but take what's working from them because you can clearly see on whatever social media, the platform they're posting on or YouTube or whatever they're doing, and just copy it. It's simple. Really take that advice to heart because not enough people talk about this stuff, and I think it can really help you, especially if you're new to this game and you're looking for simple advice. It's all a numbers game. Business as a whole is just a numbers game. It's how can you make money? How much does it cost to get every single customer? What's your customer acquisition cost? How much does it cost to retain customers? And what's your ad cost to customer retention, right? All those little things, they probably sound advanced, but really all you have to think about is what does it cost me to get a customer? How can I retain that customer for as long as possible? And how can I upsell them and get more stuff? And how can I get them to refer my platform to other people and giving the client or customer a reward for it so they feel good and they keep wanting to use your product and they keep wanting to refer people to your product. Very simple.